Hello guys, Karim here once again, and today we're going to give you some exact value on how to scale your agency. So, without these points, I struggled a lot with scaling my agency, but after knowing these, it got a lot easier. So, we'll just start off, and the first one is you need to make it compelling enough so when writing an email, and just a disclaimer, this is about email and getting appointments. And if you are a agency and want to get more appointments, just contact me in the description and we'll figure something out. So, first of all, when making an email, you gotta make it compelling enough, or a Facebook ad, or whatever you do. When you're trying to sell over text, you gotta make the text compelling enough so that if you got the text, email, Facebook ad, whatever it is, like if you got that, you would be compelled enough to take the next step, right? So, how you can do that is by, like, after writing something, like whatever it is, you just read it out loud and you say to yourself, like, would I take the next step on this? If the answer is no, you should rewrite the text every single time. And many people take this wrong because, like me in the beginning, I just wrote the text. I didn't think it was compelling enough, but I just thought, yeah, this market will think it's compelling enough. But no, you're actually writing to humans, and what are you, right? So you gotta understand that, like, a lot of people are the same, even yourself. So, don't sell the wrong thing with your email. Simply sell the next step. Right, so what I mean by this is that when people write email text or whatever text it is, many people are trying to sell the end goal, and I'm not taking it that way. Like, you want to sell the end result with your product, but I mean, like, the end result in your funnel or whatever you want to call it. So, a lot of people trying to sell a meeting, trying to do this or that, or I don't know. Like, what you gotta understand is that, like, from the first interaction, you cannot just, like, swipe out people from fucking looking at an email. You know that yourself, that when you look at an email, it's not like, in that case, you're not in that mental model or mental state of, all right, yeah, I'm going to book in that meeting. I am a perfect lead. I am so warm right now. I know I'm educated about his offer. I know what he does. Like, anything with that. So what you want to do is simply to sell the next step. And that is like a huge thing in the outbound space. So you always want to sell the next step. So what that takes us to is to, like, our chain of um our chain of, like, mental states with a prospect. So this is our exact framework of, like, how to get someone from stranger to a primed prospect. Right. So we start off by pain point to attention. Right. So when we write the email, we first want to poke on the pain point that they have so we can get their attention. Because without attention, they will not even read our email with true feel, if you know what I mean. So the first step is from pain point to attention, and the second is from attention to interest. So when they actually have the attention on the text and write your email or whatever text, you want to get them interested, and you cannot do that by just writing, like, a fucking long text telling about your story or whatever. They just want to hear what they get out of a potential partnership and the end goal, always, always. So when you got the interest, the next step is to book an appointment. So when they have the attention, they have the pain, they are interested, from there you can start to convert them into an appointment. And after that, it's not closing it, right? This is what many people take it wrong. Like from appointment, like from interest to appointment, it's not like, okay, let's close this appointment. The next step is simply to get the show up, right? Because that's the next step after booking in a scheduled call. You actually want them to show up, right? Because you don't show up if someone just write you a vague email, you feel the pain, and then the day after you don't feel anything and just think to yourself like, bro, I just clicked on an email and now he wants to, I don't know, explode my business growth and all of this that everyone is talking about. I can fill your pipeline with $1 million in 90 days or all your money back. Like that won't work. So after you got the show up, you then have the chance to get a primed prospect. And what I mean by that is a prospect that has listened to your presentation and actually is kind of sold on your solution. So they have the pain point, they have the attention, they have the interest, you've booked an appointment, they have showed up, and now you get the chance to prime that prospect if it is a good fit, right? And this depends even if you have a 1 call close, 2 call close, whatever it is. So in this chain, you want to focus on selling the next step. So the next thing is actually writing a lot of copies, and not only that, getting feedback on that. So what I did with my friends, or what I do with my friends, is that we actually sit down like maybe once a week and just like feedback, reviewing all of our copies that we have written to our clients to say like, yeah, you could do this better. And actually a lot of the times we always see flaws in everything. Like it's actually crazy. And what most people do is that they just write the copy and the next day they just leave it because they have the ego of thinking that they are as good as like, yeah, I just write it and yeah, bye. And that's not the case. You always want feedback, you always want to improve, right? So write a lot of copies, write a lot of subject lines, just be creative as this fucking beast you are. Just be creative, just write, and then get the feedback, right? Because you are that person. So with that, I hope that you've gotten a lot of value on what to think about when trying to scale your agency. So focus on those steps when trying to get more appointments with email and whatever text it is. So copywriting. And if you're an agency and want more booked appointments, you can just check the description or my bio and we could schedule in a call. But if you don't want to, it's totally okay with me. It's extremely okay with me. I just trying to bring some value to the table here, and I hope that you've got it. So see you in the next one. Have an awesome day. Bye.